Hey everybody, this is Tammy at All About Living, and tonight we are going to make pork neck bones and rice. Now I really wasn't going to do this video, but Randy was like, you know, with the price of meat now, it's worth a shot. You know, somebody might really enjoy it and get a good use out of it, so that's what we're going to do. I mean, we were going to have it for dinner anyway because we like it. I mean, it's just something we normally eat, but it is an oddity. But at Piggly Wiggly, you can get almost 3 pounds of neck bones for $4.84. So in these times, you need to learn how to cook some neck bones. It's already been cooking. I've had it on about 3 hours, and we're going to reach down here and show you. It's just salt and pepper, 3 little bay leaves, and my neck bones. All right. Now, they should be good and tender. And what I'm going to do, okay, there's a story behind that too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out of the pot, and I'm going to set them in this bowl, and I'm going to let them cool. And then I'm going to pick them. Because when the kids were little, they did like neck bones and rice, but I was always afraid that they would get one of those little bones stuck in their throat, and that worried me to death. So I would pick them and then put the meat back in the pot. So we're going to let this cool about 30 minutes because it's going to take that long for it to get cool enough for me to handle it. And then I'll show you how to do that, and we'll put it right back in the pot. Okay, while those neck bones are cooling, we're going to just come over here to the cutting board, and I have 4 little carrots, and I'm just going to cut them. I've already cleaned them, you know, skinned them, and I'm just going to cut them into smaller bite-sized pieces. If you don't have any carrots, that's okay too. I mean, you know, it's all about using what you got. I need to use these carrots up, and they'll make the broth taste a little better, so that's what I'm doing. If I had some celery, I'd throw it in there. If I had a little bit of onion, which I still could do a little bit of onion, but I'm not. I'm just going to use these carrots, and toward the end, right before I go to serve, I'll just stir in a can of peas, or if you have frozen peas, that'll work too. You just make it your own, whatever you like. You know, we're all about making your home-cooked meals. All right, and we're just going to cut this in just little bite size. I cut the carrot in half, and then I cut them lengthwise. There we go. I'm doing pretty good today. Usually when I cut into a carrot, it skips all the way across the table. There we go. All right. And now we're just going to wait to put these in. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and put them in. It's not going to hurt anything. Let's go ahead and put these in the pot. And while we're over here at the pot, I need to explain to you what I did. Well, what I did was I just put enough water to cover my neck bone. So, you know, I don't know, maybe a quart of water. I would start with a quart, and then if it didn't quite cover, then put some more on there. Probably 2 teaspoons of salt for that much water. And then I just sprinkle pepper, because you can always add pepper as you go. So I just always start with a little and then go on from there. And bay leaves, I put, there was only 3 little my bay leaves, for some reason, in that pack, none of them were bigger than, you know, 1.5 inches or something. So I put 3 bay leaves in here. If you don't have a bay leaf, leave it out. Salt and pepper works just fine, but it does give it a little extra flavor. I like bay. So, and then before you serve it, as always, you know, you got to take the bay leaf out. Nobody wants to eat a bay leaf. Okay. Just saying. And pretty much, that's it. We're gonna still waiting for those neck bones to cool off. Okay, one little trick you can do is go ahead and put your neck bones in the fridge or the freezer, and that'll cool them down fast enough, you know, or faster, so that you can get them off the bone. So that's what I did. I stuck them in the fridge, and now all I'm gonna do is start pulling it off the bone. It's still a little hot, people, but I'm gonna push through it. You know, Granny would never, probably ever, pick a neck bone, but you know, when she give it to us, she just give us one on the side like this, on the side of our rice, and tell us. And it was funny. She would say, you know, watch out for shells. Well, you know, obviously there's no shells in neck bone, but the idea was, you know, sometimes little pieces of the bone will fragment off, and they really hurt your teeth, okay? They really do hurt your teeth. So since I knew that, I just always picked it. And now I can't get away from picking it, because that's what happens when you let people get lazy. Then they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it even when they're big enough to do it. Okay, last one. We're going to get this finished up. We're all done. Pull that last little bit off. And then I'm going to move this off my cutting board. And I'm going to make sure, I'm just going to pinch through it and make sure that I didn't leave anything in there. And actually, if you really wanted to, you could just add barbecue sauce to this, and you got barbecue sandwiches, you know. And that pot of ribs, you know, like I said, was only $4. So, it was $4.84, wasn't it? Okay, so for under $5, you could have that many barbecue sandwiches too. You know, it's not just for neck bones and rice. All right, this is done. Now we're going to take this, and we're going to just take it and pick it up and put it all back in that pot. And be careful you don't burn yourself when you drop it, but I'll drop that in there. All right, and I'm going to clean my hands off. We're going to stir this around a little bit. Okay. Now, since there's just Randy and I'm only going to add 1 cup of rice. You know, if you need to feed more than 2, then obviously you're going to need a little more rice. I would probably, if it were me and I were adding more rice to this, I would add some more water or some chicken broth. I would add more liquid but I'm sure that I have enough liquid in here to soak up 1 cup of rice, so that's what we're going to put. Okay. And since I keep my rice in mason jars, I know that's a cup, so I don't even have to measure. I'm just going to drop that. Gonna stir that in. I'm gonna put the lid back on it. And I'm gonna let it cook for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and look at it and test our rice. We're going to give it a little taste test. But it's been 20 minutes. I'm sure that rice is just about or is done. Yep. Okay. So we are going to add about a half of this can of peas. I don't want to put the whole can in here because then it'll just taste like peas. So we're just going to put about a half a can. To go with our little 4 tiny little carrots. We're going to stir that up. Let your peas get hot. And dinner's ready. That's it. That's how easy it is. Okay, every bite's got some carrots, some peas, some meat, some rice. And there you have it. It really is a good, hearty meal. You know, it's filling, it's tasty. It's just all around good eating, you know. And if you guys liked anything you saw tonight, come back and see me. Like, subscribe, and share, and we will catch you next time.